Time to open up a couple Dosimeter chargers. I picked these up a while ago. I'll put the video link up there. Uh, Basically, I got a whole bunch of stuff from the Canadian government from an auction site. Now, I have looked this up on the internet. It's the same brand as this one here, Stefan uh, Mitcham, England, model 4800. This is the 1548. So I'm going to open up the older one. I like this finish on these. Much nicer than the plastic nowadays. This one's actually pretty heavy. This is pretty light. Let me just... Oops. Let me hit the camera a couple times, just for the fun of it. Okay. That's why it's heavy. Looks like we have a Dura leak in here. And that's going to be a big mess. I'm just going to open up the other one so we can see, compare the two. Hit the camera again. Why? Because it's there. Okay, this one didn't have the battery in it. What I'm going to do is zoom down. Oh, first off, this is going to be a mess to clean up. This one actually has the schematic in it. So, get closer. It comes complete with the schematic, which luckily didn't rot away. You got an NPN there. I'm just going to take a quick look on the internet for the PNP. Okay, the PNP is an OC83, which is a germanium transistor. That's different. The capacitor, I guess I'm going to have to zoom out if I'm going to point it in the thing, is 0.047 and 630 volts. Yeah, I really don't want to stick my fingers in there. Let me back up now, back away from it. So I'm going to show you how essentially these work. I'm not turning that over on my bench. But when you're charging these up, you have a battery in here. Then the actual on-off switch is this here. When you push down, it actually makes a contact and activates the circuit. And then you adjust the zero using this. So it has a high voltage in here. And you slowly turn it until the little silicon filament inside the dosimeter pen is properly zeroed. Now, this one here, I'm just going to move that and the pile out of the way. Essentially like this one, where they've potted all the stuff in here. They did the same here. They don't even stick the capacitor on the outside. Actually, this one doesn't have the external capacitor, so they must have put it down in there, if they're following the same circuit. They come with a spare light bulb right there. So when you make the contact, as this shows in here, there's the switch. Then it puts the AC on here. It'll go through here, around here, light up the light, and then back to the negative. And then the rest is oscillating. I believe it's an oscillating circuit, which then puts a charge on here, and then you zero it through this 10 mega ohm pot. So, not bad. This is probably the same, right down to having the spare bulb. Yeah, there's not going to be much I can say about this. That's going to be fun to clean up. And I don't have any of the pens for these. Got lots of other dosimeters, but no pens for these ones. So I think that's going to be about it. There's not a lot of parts in here. For cleaning this up, what I will do is I'll empty as much as I can into a bag and toss it in the garbage. Then I'll give a good cleaning of it with vinegar, which neutralizes the acid component of all this crap. And if it looks actually half decent, I'll put a picture right after I finish talking. Yeah, I might as well record this. Might delete it though. This is in bad shape because I don't want to get sprayed with all the crap in here. I think its days of moving back and forth are gone. I'm going to resort to something bigger. No, that's not going to work. Maybe I can get that underneath the lip. Holy cow. That thing is rotted. There it goes. I would say that battery has had it. I'd say this thing has had it too. I tried to repair one thing before where the battery had leaked into it, and probably the most expensive part on the machine, the potentiometer, because of the age of it, had no hope of working. Lovely. So what you use is vinegar. If you saw that fizzle, that's reacting with the vinegar and neutralizing it. Put that in there. Oops. I'm just going to give this a quick spray. Actually, if I can get that paper out. Oh yes. Save that label. Oops. I'll probably be abbreviating this down. This was not meant to be a cleanup job. Okay. Put that to the side for a few minutes. As for this in here, I'm just going to give it a soaking of vinegar and try to figure out what to do with it. Oops, get you within camera. Oh yes, look at it. Oh yeah, there it goes. Smelling up a bit. Okay, I'm just going to turn off this for a minute. Might as well just pour it in there. And no, I don't have this big bottle of vinegar for this normally. I just use that for cleaning. So you can see it fuzzing away quite nicely. Most of it came out on the battery end here. It was piled pretty deep. So I'm just going to let this sit for a while. I have upgraded my cleaning to using double strength. So it's 10% acetic acid. The other stuff just wasn't doing too good of a job. Looks like I'm going to be able to get this piece here out. Or at least get it up a bit. Get underneath here and get into the really crusty stuff. Well, that's about as far as I'm going to go for now. I'm just going to wash this up and show you what it looks like. So here it is after about 20 minutes of cleaning. I've still got a lot more to clean out of there. That's going to be a slow process. I'll probably have to leave it overnight, tilted on an angle, just to keep the acid in that area and not rot away everything else. As for the potting in this case, it came in very handy. Protected the rest of those components. Big question will be is if the 10K or 100 meg pot there is any good. These things you can actually still find on eBay with their original packaging. So it's not an antique or anything like that. And that appears to have survived quite nicely. Other than a lot of the battery fluff, not too many parts in here look extensively corroded. Not bad then. Well, have a good day. I think I'll be spending a bit more time on this thing.